Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to discuss the various set operations. So the various set operations are union, intersection, difference, symmetric difference, Cartesian product, and complement. So let A and B be two sets. The union of these sets, represented as this, is a set containing the elements that are either in A or in B or in both. So that means that A union B is a set containing X such that X belongs to A or X belongs to B. For example, we have a set A equal to A, B, C, and we have another set B equal to C, D, E. Now A union B will be equal to a set containing elements A, B, C, D and E. All the elements that are present either in A or in B or both of them. Now C is present in both, but we need to include it only once because repetition of an element does not matter in a set. Now to represent union using a Venn diagram, this rectangle represents universal set, and for A and B we can use circles to represent these sets. Now A union B, it will be this whole shaded area. This represents A union B. Now the intersection of two sets A and B, represented as this, is a set containing elements that are in both A and B. That means A intersection B is equal to X such that X belongs to A and X belongs to B. Now again, let A be equal to A, B, C and B be equal to C, D, E. A intersection B will be equal to the set containing element C, because intersection will contain only the common elements that are present in both A and B. So the C is present in both of them. This will be our answer. Now to represent intersection using Venn diagram, this is set A, set B, and this shaded area, this represents A intersection B. Now from intersection, we can define disjoint sets. Two sets are known as disjoint if their intersection results in an empty set. That means there is no common element between the two sets. Then we say that these sets are disjoint. Now in the previous example, this intersection is not disjoint. C is a common element. So A and B are not disjoint. If we take another example where A is same containing elements A, B, C, and we have another set S containing elements 1, 2, 3. Now A intersection S is empty. So we can say that these are disjoint sets. Now using Venn diagram, we can represent disjoint sets as two separate circles because there is no common element, so they will be two separate circles. This shows that A and B are disjoint sets. Now the difference of sets A and B represented as A minus B is a set containing those elements that are in A but not in B. That means A minus B is equal to a set containing X such that X belongs to A and X does not belong to B. Now considering the same example, we have A is equal to ABC and B is equal to CDE. A minus B will be equal to A comma B because it will include only those elements that are present in A but not present in B. C is present in A as well as in B. So the C will not be a part of our answer. So if we want to find B minus A, that will be equal to D comma E. All the elements present in B but not in A. So from here you can see that A minus B is not equal to B minus A. Now for Venn diagram, this is the universal set. This is set A. This is set B. Now this shaded area, this represents A minus B. We will not include the common area. Similarly, this is the universal set. This is A, this is B, and this shaded area, this represents B minus A. The symmetric difference of two sets A and B represented as this is a set containing those elements that are in either A or B but not in both. That means it will include only those elements that are in one of the two sets, either A or B. It will not include any common elements. So for example, we have a set A equal to A, B, C and another set B equal to C, D, E. Now, if I find only those elements which are present in A but not in B, that can be done using A minus B and answer will be A comma B. Now, if I want to find those elements which are present in B but not in A, that can be done by finding B minus A. This will be equal to D comma E. Now this contains only those elements which are present in A. This contains only those elements which are present in B. So if I take the union of these two, then I will get elements which are present in either A or B but not in both. So the symmetric difference can be calculated as A minus B union B minus A. So here the answer will be A, B, D and E. Now when we draw a Venn diagram to represent symmetric difference, this is universal set, this is set A and this is set B. Now this area represents those elements which are present only in A and this area represents those elements which are only in B. So symmetric difference will include all these areas that are shaded. So this represents a symmetric difference B. Now from here you can see that we can also write symmetric difference of A and B as A union B minus A intersection B. We have seen in this lecture at the beginning that this complete area will form A union B. Now when we subtract this intersection from the union, we will get symmetric difference of A and B. Here also we can see that. Now let's say we want to find A union B, that will be A, B, C, D, E. Then A intersection B will be equal to C. Now symmetric difference of A and B is A union B minus A intersection B. That means all the elements which are present in union but not present in intersection. So the answer will be A, B, D and E. You can see that both the answers are same. So we can use either this formula to calculate symmetric difference or this one. Then we have Cartesian product. The Cartesian product of two sets A and B is represented as A cross B, and it is the set of all ordered pairs A comma B where A belongs to set A and B belongs to B. That is, A cross B is equal to set of all ordered pairs A comma B. Ordered pairs are always written within round brackets, and ordered pair means we cannot change the order of A and B. A cross B is equal to set containing A comma B such that A belongs to set A and B belongs to set B. First element of the ordered pair will belong to the first set, and second element of the ordered pair will belong to the second set. Now for example, let's consider two sets. A is equal to A comma B and set S is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Now find A cross S. So A cross S will contain all the ordered pairs of the form A comma B, where first element will come from set A and second element of the ordered pair will come from set S. So this will be A comma 1, A and 1, then A comma 2, A comma 3, B comma 1, B comma 2 and B comma 3. This is the set A cross S. Now if we find S cross A, now here difference will be first element of the ordered pair will come from set S and second element of the ordered pair will come from set A. So here 1 comma A, 1 comma B, 2 comma A, 2 comma B, 3 comma A and 3 comma B. So this is S cross A. Again you can see from here that A cross S is not equal to S cross A. Now this will be true only in the case when one of the sets is phi, which will make A cross B also phi. And second is when both the sets are equal. Only in that case A cross B will be equal to B cross A. Now let's see if A is A comma B and second set B is phi. Now in this case we do not have any element in set B to form the ordered pair. So A cross B will be phi. Similarly B cross A will be also phi. In this case we can say that A cross B is equal to B cross A. This will remain true if B is equal to AB and A is phi. Then second case is if the two sets are equal. Let's say A is equal to A comma B and B is also equal to A comma B. Now in this case A cross B will be equal to AA, AB, BA and BB. Now to find B cross A, this will contain elements AA, AB, BA and BB. So in this case also A cross B is equal to B cross A. In all the other cases, A cross B will not be equal to B cross A. Now, cardinality of Cartesian product. The cardinality of the output set, that is the set obtained after Cartesian product, is equal to the product of cardinality of input sets, that is individual sets whose Cartesian product is being taken. Now, cardinality of a set means number of elements in a set. I have covered the cardinality of a set in another video. You can find the link to that video in the description. So, to find the cardinality of A cross B, we have to take the product of cardinality of input sets. So, if we take cross product of Cartesian product of three sets, that will be equal to cardinality of set A into cardinality of set B into cardinality of set C. Now here, in the previous example, here you can see that A contains 2 elements and S contains 3 elements. So number of elements in A cross S should be 2 into 3, 6. So here we can verify that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So let's take an example of Cartesian product of 3 sets. Let A be a set containing elements A, B. B is a set containing elements C, D and E. And C is a set containing elements F and G. Now in this case, number of elements in cross product A cross B cross C will be cardinality of A into cardinality of B into cardinality of C. Now cardinality of A is 2 into cardinality of B is 3 into cardinality of C, which is 2. So the answer is 12. Now let's check this. Now A cross B cross C will be equal to a set containing elements A, B, C, where A will belong to set A, B will belong to set B and C will belong to set C. So here the ordered pair will be A, C, F, first element from first set, second element from second set and third element from third set according to this order. Next will be A, C, G, A, D, F, A, D, G, A, E, F, A, E, G, B, C, F, B, C, G, B, D, F, B, D, G, B, E, F, B, E, G. Now here you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. We have 12 elements. Now let U be the universal set. Universal set contains all elements under consideration. So the complement of a set is defined with respect to the universal set. Let A be a set, then complement of A contains those elements which are present in universal set but are not present in A. So complement of A is denoted as A bar. So we can say that A bar is a set containing X such that X belongs to universal set and X does not belong to A. Now for example, Let A be a set of integers greater than 5. Let A be a set of, let's say, positive integers greater than 5. Find A bar. Now here we are talking about set of positive integers. So universal set will be set of all positive integers. So here A bar will contain all those elements which are present in U but not present in A. So we can say that A bar will contain elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Why? Because A will contain elements from 6, 7, 8 and so on up to infinity. So A bar will contain elements 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now using Venn diagram, this is universal set and this is set A. So this area outside set A, this represents A complement. Now we can also define A minus B in terms of complement and intersection. That means A minus B, we know that A minus B contains all elements that are present in A but not present in B. We have seen earlier that A minus B will be equal to X such that X belongs to A and X does not belong to B. So this can also be written as A intersection B complement.